Hello YouTube and welcome to Prime Productions. I'm here to help enhance your tabletop gaming experience. If you're new to this channel, I primarily focus on Paiso tabletop role-playing games like Pathfinder and Starfinder. So it's that time again. Every month, Paiso puts out a live stream called Paiso Live, sometimes more than once a month. Here they talk about their upcoming projects, hyping new things, and releases coming down the pipeline. You can find these videos on Twitch, link in the description below, but I also like to do a brief summary of them for those who don't want to sit through a 1.5 hour live stream on Twitch with a bunch of advertisements, so here we go. Oh wait, no, before we get into it, listen. Writing and editing a script and doing video editing, it takes time. If I want to get this summary out in a timely manner, I'm going to have to do an unscripted video without a whole lot of interesting things to look at. I'm sorry. This is just going to be a quickie video where I summarize all the stuff released in the Paiso livestream. And to reiterate, link to the full official video will be in the description below. Anyway, after the initial banter that starts every Paiso Live, they got into it. Side note, Paiso Live often has different people hosting it. The kinda sorta host this time was Maya Coleman over here. They are the new Paiso social media person. So they started off talking about the Starfinder Galaxy Guide, which should be coming out in May, probably towards the end of May if Paiso keeps to their release schedule. Now, I talked about this book before, but they revealed new information. This is going to be the first book for Starfinder predating the core rulebook. I'm not sure why they're doing it this way, but that's what they're doing. The book is going to be organized by genre, not by location, so there's going to be a section of like horror-themed planets or dystopian-themed locations, so on and so forth. They said it was part primer for the Starfinder setting and part hooks for games and adventures, and there's some player options in there too, like new backgrounds and new ancestries. In fact, there are 6 new ancestries. They mentioned in the live stream the Vlaka, who are space wolves who are sometimes born blind or deaf or blind and deaf, though they will all be viable characters, I am told. There are the Dragonkin, who are large-sized dragon humanoids. Sarcesians, who are these large, thin space dwellers that grow wings and can fly on solar winds but only in space. They are actually the people whose planet was blown up by the Eoxians, if you remember when we talked about that last month. Then there's the Contemplative, who are these floating space brains with tiny bodies. And then they didn't mention these ancestries this time, but it has been previously also confirmed that there will be Colo, a water-breathing species, and Astrozoans, a shape-shifting species. There will be new archetypes in the book, like Xenoarchaeologist. I actually had a Xenoarchaeologist in Pathfinder 1, so I'm super stoked for that. The book will also update several Starfinder planets like Castrovel and Tabrid Minor, and there will be information about in-universe organizations such as the In-Universe Starfinder Society. So not the actual Starfinder Society organized play, but the In-Universe Starfinder Society. It gets confusing. They also did mention that it will be compatible with Pathfinder. They actually said that. I know I keep saying that and people keep not believing me, so here's them saying it.
One of the super awesome things about Starfinder 2nd Edition is it's compatible with Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So like you can pick up this book and every single mechanic in this book is something that you will understand if you know Pathfinder 2e, right? Or you could just use Pathfinder characters. You could do a bunch of like elves on Castrovel. We brought Castrovel up before.
Next up, they talked about the Pathfinder Quest board game that's coming out soon. We've also talked about this before, but again, they went into more detail. In this board game, you get to make your own character, but it's not as in-depth as normal Pathfinder character creation. And then you play through a series of adventures, with each adventure being 90 minutes long. There are 12 adventures total included in the board game, and each playthrough you will play 9 of those 12 adventures, and which adventures you play are dependent on how you go through the game. It takes place on Galarian in Darkmoon Vale, and there is a plot, but it's not one of those games that takes hours to learn and set up. They said they strived for, like, a balance between, say, story and gameplay. It will be available through backer kits starting May 20th, and if you actually do the backer kit thing, you get a free coin. Now, this next part they didn't talk about at all, but I kind of need to talk about it. It does involve politics. I try to avoid that on this channel. If you absolutely hate talking about politics, I will put a timestamp in the section below, but I think this is important to talk about. As of the posting of this video, the Trump administration has put on a 54% tariff on goods coming in from China. That means that if Paizo pays for like $100,000 worth of board games to be printed in China and then shipped to the United States, whereas there used to be a 0% tariff on that, there's now a 54% tariff. That means as soon as that $100,000 worth of board games arrives on US soil, Paizo would have to pay $54,000 to the US government, or the US government just destroys it. Yeah, I was surprised too. Stephen Glicker talks about this in a YouTube video that I will link in the description below. He is a guy who actually has to deal with this, so he knows way more about it than I do. I'm just worried that these new tariffs might really negatively impact this board game, along with a bunch of other stuff, so keep your eye open on it.
I've seen it all. I have my products printed in China. I have them imported. I have to deal with warehousing, have to deal with retail. I've seen it all. So once it arrives in that warehouse, I, being the person who made the product, who's here in the United States, will get a bill. And this bill does have to get paid immediately. Okay, the bill has to get paid right away. And if the bill is not paid, your products are destroyed.
Interestingly enough, books may not fall under that 54% tariff, so at least the books should be okay. Again, go watch that Stephen Glicker video. Their third section was talking about Free RPG Day, which will be coming out June 21st. If you don't know what Free RPG Day is, it's basically where a bunch of people will put out free RPGs and you can go play them at your friendly local game store. Paizo is putting out 2 free RPGs, one for Starfinder and one for Pathfinder. The Starfinder one is called Battle for Nova Rush, and it is a level 1 adventure. The gist of it is you are prisoners aboard a pirate ship, and then the starship is attacked by the Bone Fleet. Again, we talked about them back in March, and you can use that opportunity to escape. The pre-gens in Battle for Nova Rush are the iconics, so Chick a Mystic, Day a Solarian, Navasi an Envoy, and Isef an Android Operative. And they said that the ship's AI looks like a Skittermander and is called Captain Concierge. I love that. The Pathfinder RPG Day is going to be called Scourge of Sheerleaf, and it is actually a level 10 adventure, which is pretty unusual for them. Paizo likes to do their Free RPG Day adventures as like 1 to 4s. In this adventure, you play a group of dragon-blooded characters. Each character is a dragon-blooded versatile heritage. And you have to fight a vile adamantine dragon that is terrorizing a town. The pre-gen characters for this adventure are a Dragonfruit Dragon Leshy sorcerer, a Kobold Dragonblood rogue, a fighter with a great pick, I did not catch much information on them, and an Elven Dragonblood cleric of Erastil. And Paizo has even partnered with WizKids to drop a new Adamantine Dragon mini for the adventure. Finally, there was a Q&A, but I just included all of those questions into the relevant sections, except that Maya made a crochet D20, and they will teach people how to make one during PaizoCon if you sign up for that. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. And that's all for this month. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you like and subscribe. That tells not only me, but also YouTube that you like this kind of content and would like to see more. And until next time, thank you, good luck, and happy gaming!